Hey, Patrick Meyer here, Thermoplastic Line Tubing Product Line Manager for Lightning Production Services. When designing your tubing string using a thermoplastic tubing liner, depending on whether it is a high failure rate well or an ESP conversion, you want to make sure to place your line tubing in the areas with the highest side loading based on your MWD survey or preferably 25-foot gyro. In wells already on rod pump with a high failure rate, we highly recommend running a gyro. In our experience, we've seen anywhere from 1.5x to 2.5x increase in the worst deviations on most of these. On these wells with a high history of failures, it's a little easier to pinpoint the best place or places to add your line tubing based on previous failure location, scans, etc. We here at LPS generally recommend lining at minimum 500 foot above and or 500 foot below your problematic area in order to guarantee the proper coverage. But overall, you generally want to run more line tubing than you think you do to avoid facing a hole up the tubing. In more extreme circumstances, we may even recommend running continuous rod in order to help spread that side loading out over a greater surface area by removing your sucker rod couplings. For preventative install, such as ESP conversions, you don't have the luxury of a failure history to pinpoint the best area or areas to line and only have your survey, your rod design, and previous experiences. We still recommend having a 25-foot gyro to give you the best chance at preventing future holes in tubing. Another application you may be looking at for some of your older wells will be to run your pump into the curve to try and increase your production. We generally recommend lining throughout that curve section and potentially using continuous rod to try and mitigate potential issues in the future due to the increased side loading that is inevitable when you're trying to achieve this. As usual, if you have any other questions on this or anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us here at LP.